Hello everyone, today I am going to be doing the Reading Resolutions book tag. I think it was Jessie from Jesse the Reader do this tag, and it looked really fun, and it is a good idea to get all of your books that you want to read together in a sort of list, like your priority books of the year. So I'm not going to talk anymore, we're just going to get straight on with the questions. So the first question is an author you'd like to read that you've never read before. And for this one I've gone with Gayle Forman, and I already have the duology, the If I Stay duology, so I definitely will get this read this year. This is also on my series list of the year as well, so I am pretty much definite going to be reading this year, and I just want to be introduced to Gayle Forman's writing because I have never read anything by Gayle Forman before and I would quite like to. The second question is a book you'd like to read. Nice and easy. So for this I have gone with A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness, which I haven't actually hauled yet. I did just buy this the other day, but I am desperate to read this book as a film has just come out and I just cannot wait to read it. I really need to read this book. I've heard nothing but amazing things about it, so this will hopefully be read in February. That is my plan anyway. Number 3 is a classic you'd like to read, and for this I am going with Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. This I have had on my TBR shelf for about 2 years now, I think, and I really just need to get around to it. I wanted to read this since reading Double Act by Jacqueline Wilson when I was younger, and the twins on Double Act really loved this book and I wanted to read it since then, and I just haven't got around to it, and it's been, like I said, on my shelf for 2 years now, more or less, and I really just need to get around to it, so this is my classic for the year. Number 4 is a book you'd like to reread, and this is actually going to be my favourite book of all time, and that is of course Anne of Green Gables by L.M. Montgomery. I did want to sort of reread this every year, but I didn't get around to it in 2016, so I definitely want to get around to it this year. I just love this book. I love Anne and I love the settings, and Green Gables is just beautiful. So yeah, this is definitely my reread for the year, and to make it better, it's my favourite book anyway, so I will more or less definitely get around to this one. Number 5 is a book that you've had for ages that you want to get around to reading, and for this I am going with The Book Thief by Markus Zusak. I have had this for quite a while now and I have heard nothing but amazing things about it, and I really just want to get around to reading it. I don't know why I haven't yet. It is crazy that I've not got around to reading it yet, but I really hope to, and I don't know when I'll read this, but it will be at some point this year. I have to get around to it at some point this year. Number 6 is a big book you'd like to read. So for this I have gone with A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, and this is obviously the sequel to A Court of Thorns and Roses. And I got this pretty much on the release date last year and I just never got around to reading it, and I don't know why. There is no reason why. So I definitely want to get around this. This is quite a big book. It is quite chunky. It is, how many pages is this? Let me have a look. It is 626 pages, so it's quite a chunky book, but I definitely need to get around to this year, and also the third book is coming out this year as well, so I really want to get this series read, hopefully completed this year. I'm pretty sure that the third book is the final book in the series, so I should be able to get it completed this year. Number 7 is an author that you've read in the past that you'd like to read more of this year, and for this I've gone with Giovanna Fletcher, and the reason I've gone for this is because I have read all of her other books and really enjoyed them, but she's bringing out a non-fiction book this year, very soon actually, I think it's in February, called Happy Mum Happy Baby, and I really want to read that because it's a non-fiction book, it's about her life, and I just want to see her writing in that style rather than in fiction. I love her fiction writing, but it'd be nice to see non-fiction as well. She is also doing a book signing tour for this, so I really want to go meet her. She is coming to Newcastle, so I'm really excited. I hope that I'll be able to go. I need to sort something out first to see if I'm able to go, but I really hope I can. So yeah, that is the author I want to read more of this year, and it is in a slightly different way. Number 8 is a book you got for Christmas that you'd like to read, and for this I went with Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie, and I just love this edition so much. It is so pretty. I just adore this edition. It is beautiful. And I got this off my friend Shannon, and I love Peter Pan. I absolutely just obsessed over Peter Pan. It is my second favourite Disney film. Beauty and the Beast is my favourite, obviously. But I love Neverland. I love Tinkerbell. I know Tinkerbell is a bit of a whingy one, but I love Tinkerbell. But this is obviously the original story, and I want to see how this sort of differs from the Disney adaptations and the live action adaptations I've seen. So I'm really excited to read this and just see what the differences are. Number 9 is a series you'd like to read from start to finish, and this was on the list of series I want to read this year on my video I posted before this one, and this is of course the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. I have somehow missed all spoilers for this. I just know that some people have loved it, some people haven't enjoyed it so much. I have heard Divergent's amazing, but as the series goes on, it sort of gets slightly less amazing and people start to hate it. So I'm excited to see what I think of it. I also have 4 in this one and the World of Divergent little book in the side there as well. So I will be reading all of them. But I just really need to get the series read because I was meant to read it last year and just never got around to it. And I have it all, so I'm just binge read it basically. And number 10 is a series you'd like to finish that you've already started, and this is the Miss Peregrine series by Ransom Riggs. And this, for some reason, I started last year but didn't carry on with it. I seen the film as well and I liked the film and I liked the book, but I wouldn't say I loved either. But I do want to carry on with it, and apparently the series just gets better and better as you go along, so I do want to pick up the other 2 books. But yeah, I give this 3 stars, I think, so it was an average sort of book. I wouldn't say it was amazing. To me personally, I know a lot of people that have really loved this book and loved the film. But yeah, I want to get it read and see what I think of the rest of the series before I make a full judgment on it. Number 11 is how many books are you planning on reading this year? And I have set my Goodreads goal to 50 books. In previous years I've set it to 60, but I just found last year there was a lot of changes going on and I found it so difficult to actually keep up my Goodreads goal. So I've dropped it down to 50 and hopefully that'll be a bit more easier for me to do. But I just don't want to feel rushed with my reading, and I think last year I did feel really rushed and I just don't want to feel like that. And this year I am planning on changing some things in my life anyway, quite major things, so I am going to be quite busy and I just want to have it set at a number that is doable for me. And finally, number 12 is, do you have any other reading goals? So for this, all I can really say is all of the books I have currently on my TBR shelf, I don't want to have on my TBR shelf by the end of the year. I am fully aware that my TBR shelf will grow as the year goes on, but all of the books I have on my shelf, I don't want to be on my shelf at the end of the year. I want all of those read. I'll just put a picture here of my shelf at the minute so you can see the books that I have on it now, and maybe at the end of the year, if I remember about this video, I will look back and show you the picture again and then do an updated TBR shelf at the end of the year. But we will see. So that is it for this video. If you have any reading goals for this year, then just let me know. It can be anything you want. It could be the number of books you want to read, it could be a series you want to read, or even just a standalone you want to read. Do you want to read more of one genre than another genre? Maybe you read too much of one genre last year and it's sort of died out a bit in your head and you want to start reading more genres. Anything like that, let me know in the comments below because I'd love to know, and it might give me some recommendations for goals I want to set myself as well. That is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video very soon. Bye!